The new Geo DPS Zibai that's been highly anticipated for patch 6.3's Phase 2 banner is finally here, and I've been waiting for her release ever since I found out just how well she works with Columbina. So I've basically been counting down the days until her banner went live. And now that it's here, it's time to officially splurge and max her out on day 1, no hesitation. But before we jump straight into the polls and the build, quick shout out to today's sponsor, Enjoygm. If you play games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, or even Zenless Zone Zero, Enjoygm is a fast, secure, and affordable way to top up. The process is super simple. You just select your game, enter your UID and server, choose the amount you want, and you're done. Enjoygm is consistently cheaper than official top-up options, and they regularly run special discounts that can save you a pretty noticeable amount, especially if you're topping up often. On top of that, they support global payment methods and offer 24/7 customer support. And most importantly, it's safe. You never have to enter your password during the top-up process. I'll leave my Enjoygm link in the description and pinned comment below if you want to check it out. Now let's cut out the extra fluff and get right into the building video. So we are here officially during Lantern Rite. As you can see, I have my Yao Yao outfit equipped, and we officially have Zibai on the banner. I don't have any pity built up, so let's just kind of get right to wishing. This is our first 10 pull. Okay, so we got our C0 Illuga copy. He looks really cool. Alright, so now let's get to our 20 pull, I guess, yeah. I hope I'm able to get Zibai early. Okay, so that's our C1 Illuga copy. Okay, we got a weapon. Okay, we got an Ino copy. I might actually get a C6 Ino. And I might like eventually build her on my account. That's another Ino copy. Okay, so I think we might have a C6 Ino. I'm not sure, I would have to check, but okay, we got another Goru. Okay, not bad. I kind of lost count of how much pity I'm at right now, so if you guys could tell me in the comments what the pity is, that would be super helpful. I'll also count in my head while I'm editing this. Okay, it's blue again. Another blue. Okay, another blue. Come on, I'm getting super nervous. Oh my gosh, I got a Capturing Radiance! We got Zibai. It almost took up the full screen like Columbina, but not fully. She is so gorgeous. That's crazy. I just won my 50-50. The luck is insane. Anyway, let's kind of equip our Zibai in our team. So this is our lovely Zibai. Oh, what's this? What is that? Is it like a... I would say a glider, but I might look this up. This is kind of interesting. Okay. Anyway, let us move on to Illuga. Let's unlock all of his copies. I only have a C1, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. I might eventually pull for a C1 Illuga, so we will see down the line. Okay, so we are here a couple of minutes later, and in regards to pulling for my C2 Illuga, I think we're going to try and go for it. I still technically have 20 pulls left on the banner, so why not try and pull for him? I hope I get lucky. I'm feeling kind of lucky. Okay, there we go! We officially got our C2 Illuga, which is amazing. I'm not gonna build him in this video. I might build him in another video, which seems most likely because all of my resources are completely going to Zibai in this video. But that is perfectly fine. I might also loop in an I know building video along with that, just to kind of kill two birds with one stone and get everything flowing, and also have a genuine Zibai team that I can play with, and have another Hydro character to play alongside Columbina. Regardless of that, we are on a generational run right now. Holy. Anyway, I didn't farm for any of Zibai's new boss materials. I did farm for her Geo crystals. I also farmed all of her flowers as well, and all of her warrants needed for her talent levels and her ascension. So we should be pretty set in terms of that. I'm not really worried. Only thing I'm kind of concerned about is her boss materials. So let's kind of level her up as much as we possibly can until we get to that point. Okay, here we go. Our first level 20. Let's ascend her. Take her to 40. And it looks like we do need to farm for the boss materials at level 40, which is kind of crazy, but that's alright. We'll just kind of have to deal with it. The remnant of the Dreadwing. From what I saw previously on the event banner, I think that it's a new boss. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it's the boss we had to fight for Illuga's story quest, if you guys remember. Before we start fighting the boss, let's change her weapon really quickly. I want to use the Flute of Espitzel, which is Xilonin's previous weapon that I have equipped for her. Thank God I took it to level 90 when I did, because now I can switch it with my beautiful Zibai. There we go, and it's main defense, which is amazing because she scales off of defense. I also am going to change these artifacts really quickly. I gave Yao Yao all of Zibai's best artifacts that I could find and that I farmed within a specific time frame before this video, so I wanted everything to be super prepared. I know obviously I am going to have to swap out one of the pieces to have a really solid, good piece for her, and that's perfectly fine, but for right now we can just equip what Yao Yao has. I also didn't use the artifact transmuter yet, so hopefully we get some really good pieces from that as well. Now her constellation is C0, and along with her talents, I kind of see that we have a pretty good amount of books, so I'm not really going crazy about that either. So let's switch off Xilonin and we'll put on Zibai for the training guide. So it seems like we need 40 of these. Hopefully I have enough fragile resin for this, and if not, I might have to cut into my primo gems, which I do not like, but let's just teleport there. This is going to be very interesting. I'm not sure how this team is going to play out, but considering my Columbina is kind of strong, I hope to defeat this boss super quickly. Not the hit. Okay, we're doing pretty solid damage. I wouldn't say it's anything that bad. I mean, at least so far. And for those of you who are wondering why I put Emily and my Kokomi in my team, mainly because Kokomi is a hydro applicator. She also is a healer, so if I end up dying and I don't have the Columbina buff up, she can essentially heal all of my characters. And for Emily, she is quite strong for her Dendro application, and considering that Columbina can use basically any character to turn into like Lunar Bloom, I think Emily is a proper fit. I might take her to level 90, and I've been kind of lazy the past couple of days. I haven't really leveled her up as much as I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm still working out the kinks with this boss though. Towards the end, I did figure out how to beat it quite quickly and what its weakness was, so don't worry guys, I figured out what I was doing. I'm not just throwing hits everywhere. Thank God I'm not. It looks like we're close to defeating it. Okay, there we go. Finally. That seemed like it took forever to get rid of, so hopefully we get a good amount. We only got 2. Okay. I was hoping we'd get 3 the first round, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, next piece obtained. We finally got 3. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit lucky this round, guys. And this piece looks amazing for Columbina. We cannot lose on this piece. I might equip it for her, but we already are on like a 4-piece set already with an off piece. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, it doesn't really look viable to use. Even though it's a very solid piece, I'm on a 4-piece of her signature artifact set and I cannot mess that up. I'd be on a 2-piece. We're just gonna have to leave it as is, guys. As much as I love this piece, we're gonna have to find either some type of good off-piece to replace with her signature, or we might just have to wait. Okay, so I also remember somebody asking me if I was going to pull on the weapon banner, and the bar for my pity on the weapon banner is so low right now. I don't even think that I would ever get Zibai's weapon that luckily. Either way though, I am perfectly fine with what we have. Before we start kind of going straight into fighting this boss more, I kind of want to try out Zibai's test trial and see how she plays. Okay, so let's test out our lovely Zibai. Let's use her E, her elemental skill. Oh, so she already infuses Geo into her elemental skill. Okay. And then we'll use her burst. Not too bad. Okay, so this is a solid team with Zibai, Columbina, Aino, and Illuga. And that was the team I was actually gonna go for, so we are in a very good place. My plans seem to be working out. I believe we used Columbina, Aino, Illuga, and then Zibai. Okay. Oh my gosh. These enemies are just getting deleted right now. Okay, we'll use her, we'll use her. I'm kind of like freaking out because I'm still kind of new to using Zibai, so I'm still trying to understand how to figure out her gameplay style. It seems like her E is kind of recharging, like twice, if that makes sense. From what I'm seeing at least. Okay, we have 2 more enemies to defeat. Please die. Okay, we got 1 more. We got 1. Oh my gosh. Holy. Okay, so this is with her signature weapon. Alright, let's do Illuga's trial next. Oh, so this time we have Goru and no Columbina. Interesting. Illuga himself also does a lot of damage, but I'm assuming he's kind of made to be a support for Zibai. In my opinion, I think what we do is basically use the elemental skills and bursts of every support, then go in with Zibai for the main kills. So these were wonderful test runs. I actually enjoyed it. Now let us level up our Zibai some more. She is now at 50. Okay. We'll take her to 60. And it seems like we only need 30 more levels. Okay, it seems like Zibai's talents are up too, so let's level those up. It seems like her first priority is her skill and then her burst. So let's do her skill. Okay, we can't take it up anymore. And then we'll do her burst afterwards and then normal attack as needed. Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. Okay, I'm hoping to crown Zibai, but I don't think I'll have the chance to, considering everything else, like having to farm those darn chess pieces. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those are so annoying to farm. And I don't have a solid cryo character, so I'm kind of cooked. Let me look at these little pieces here. We can go crit damage, defense, and EM. Okay. Not bad. This piece is really good. Oh my gosh, this has all three. I mean, all four. I think we go for the troop, just because her original piece isn't really that good and this one is amazing. Yeah, let's level this up. We can't even go wrong with this piece. There's no stats that we can possibly go wrong with, so I'm loving this. And as you guys can see, I got a whole bunch of artifacts from exploring nod-krai, so we can officially level up Zibai's artifacts and still have some left over. Don't mind me doing it one by one. I just like to use my my smaller artifacts first before I get to the bigger ones. Okay, crit rate. Okay. Here we go. Come on. EM. HP. HP again. And we'll go EM. Okay. I can work with this. And this is probably a really good piece for Zibai, at least from what Genshin is telling me. Since Zibai is fairly new, she doesn't really have that many artifact pieces that they recommend. So Night of the Skies Unveiling was probably the first piece that I would go for. Since it doesn't seem like we have a lot of good pieces, let's just use the transmuter and see what we can get from that. I'd rather have all of my odds figured out before, you know, I pick artifact sets for Zibai. Let's go for the goblet, because obviously the goblet is not really that good. We can do crit damage and EM. You already get EM from the piece itself, so I'm not sure if that would help or not, but you know what, we could just see what we get. I mean, it's an okay piece. It's an okay piece. I mean, it's not the best piece that I found, but I guess we'll just have to deal. And then we can go with the circlet, because obviously, yeah, the circlet needs a little bit of work. Let's go for crit. Should we go crit rate or crit damage? I think crit rate. And then for the minor affixes, let's go crit damage and defense. Hopefully we get something good. They put an HP with that and attack. I'll just have to take it for now. It's not really the best piece that I would consider having, but I'll just take it. It's whatever. Alright, time to level up our feather. We can't even go wrong with this piece either, but in retrospect, I kind of want everything to go into defense percentage rather than the flat defense. It just gives me a lot more outcome. But the good thing about it, it seems like a lot of it is going in the crit rate and crit damage, which I'm not complaining about either. Okay, crit damage. Not bad at all. This is a pretty good piece too. So we're 2 for 2 right now. We are 2 for 2. Now let us level up our goblet. We're gonna choose... You know what, we'll just go with this piece. Oh, it went an attack. Oh, this isn't really good at all. And it went an HP. Oh lord. Defense. Attack again. I mean, my pieces could be way worse. I could be asking for way worse types of artifact set affixes, but you know, that's okay. This is the one time that I actually want defense. Okay, it's not the best artifact piece, so I guess we'll just have to deal. For sands, let me see. You're not really supposed to go for attack. Usually you're supposed to go for defense on the sands. But for right now, I don't have any of that. So I'm kind of tripping out a little bit. So let's just invest in our circlet. Oh my god, it went in attack. Seriously? Okay, that went in defense and crit damage. Not bad. Oh, it went in attack again. Crit rate. Crit rate again. And defense. Okay, I could deal with it. Now, in terms of the sands, we are kind of struggling right now to figure out what to do with this piece. I'm not really sure. I think we can leave it as is until we find a solid defense piece. So for right now, I kind of want to check out her stats really quick. Let me see. So these are my Zibai details. Her defense is a pretty good defense amount. You kind of want it to have around 2,500. Crit rate, crit damage. I mean, we can do a little bit better. The crit rate is okay. Crit damage needs to be a little bit higher, and ER is insane. Okay. We don't really need as much ER on Zibai, but I'll take it because of the burst rotations. I'm gonna check out really quickly and see if they have any artifacts that we can turn. And strongbox. Oh no, we don't have any of the new nod-krai strongboxes. Oh my gosh, okay. We'll just have to deal. It is what it is. Now let's use up 5 of our fragile resin to go towards her boss materials. Okay, so we farmed a bit of her boss materials off camera, and I was able to officially hit the amount that we needed. I had to eventually use some of my primo gems, but I did want to finish building Zibai in one day to test it out for you guys to see how well she actually works. So yeah, we finally got her to level 90. I'm so happy. Okay, her weapon is the Flute of Espitzel, which I'm so happy about, and we finally hit our defense output that we wanted. And I think we can level up our talents more. Yeah, so we're gonna have to fight this boss. I don't think I'm gonna do it in this video because oh my gosh, it's so annoying to fight. So we're just gonna keep it at 1, 6, and 6 for now. I also happened to notice in her details that her crit damage output did end up going up. So what I'm going to do is find a piece on her sands that gives her initially that crit damage. So we're gonna level this up really quick, and hopefully everything that we need goes into crit damage. Okay, crit damage again. We're doing pretty good, we're doing pretty good. Please, my luck has to be good, my luck has to be good. And crit damage again, let's go. Let's go. This is exactly what I wanted from her. I think this build is pretty decent for Zibai. I'm not really gonna add too much to it, or do too much, or change the artifact sets around, but these are my details. And now we are going to quickly test out our Zibai fighting Columbina's boss. Hopefully it does well. I have faith in my Zibai. Will burst, okay. Okay, no, oh my gosh. That damage output is insane. Yo. Okay, guys, I have a quick question for you. If you guys had to choose, do you think I should try out the new sandbox damage output game thing that I've seen a lot of people try out? I'm kind of nervous to try it out. I'm not sure how my characters are going to perform, but if you guys prefer to see me kind of try out my damage and see how much I do on that, let me know in the comments and we can try it out together. But yeah, these are my Zibai details. Her weapon is the Flute of Espitzel. These are all of her artifacts in order from the flower. This is her feather. These are her sands, her goblet, and finally her circlet. She is obviously C0 and her talents are 1, 6, and 6. And that is how much damage I do with Zibai. This seemed like a super quick video for me, even though it is 30 minutes, but this video was super quick for me and I really did enjoy Zibai's damage output. I was so excited that I had to get right into building her. So I'm sorry if it seemed a little bit quick for you guys. If you do have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will be posting a Zibai building guide and an Illuga building video. We might also get an Ino building video in the future as well, since Ino does play a huge role in a lot of nod-krai teams. But yeah, I really did enjoy this run. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think I should improve in terms of artifacts, weapons, etc. But I will see you all in my next video. Bye!